Here, lads, you want to come and see some box office banter tonight? Well, come on in. It's box office banter here on Thursday night. J-Mac, you looking forward to talking about Free Guy?
Yes, I am. That was a really new way to open the show, by the way.
Mate, I've been trying to get creative.
Also, it's just listen to that theme tune that we've got again that was done by, what's the fella's name again?
By who? No, J-Mac, by who?
It wasn't Luke. It
Wasn't Luke, that's right.
Wasn't Adam. Andy.
No.
Andy.
Did you just say Anthony?
No, my throat clogged up. Andy,
Yes.
from Korg, who put that together for us. Now that, you would think it was an orchestra, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But that's just done using a music station. It's phenomenal. Phenomenal.
And
I
by
love
the
it
way,
more every time I hear it.
coming up tonight on this here episode, we debut a new segment, right? And you get to hear me at my workstation, at my musical workstation. The art. Now, listen to that word. Pay attention to that word, art. Right? The art in it really isn't me. Mine is just a precursor to the real art. But I had to make it something. But we'll see more about that when it comes up.
I don't even know what this is. So
I love doing this to you. Love doing it. Don't worry, you're not going under the bus. So guys, it is Free Guy we talk about tonight. Free Guy is shown in Bathgate Cinema, and we're just going to essentially pull that up and show you what's going on at Bathgate Cinema. Make sure you do go and get your tickets at
Bathgate Cinema.
Bathgatecinema.co.uk.
The address is right about there.
I thought you were going to hit them up with a
.com. It's all right. I only ever use that when it really matters.
Exactly. So here we go. Ross Gunnan says, "Defo need a wee orchestra, mate. I should put you guys in contact with the guys for Korg. Those guys are something else. So we have Free Guy on from Friday 27th, right up to Thursday the 2nd of September. That's what we're talking about today. So stay tuned for the top of the show where we get into Free Guy. The Courier, that's a new one. That stars, what's his puss? That's Benedict Cumberhatch's match. That's Benedict Cumbersnatch, eh?
Yeah, hi, Cumbersnatch. That's the man. And is that? I can't really read it. Hang on.
Yeah, it says The Courier is a true life spy thriller. A true life spy thriller. Ugh.
Yeah. Honestly, the only name I recognise there is Benedict Cumberbatch.
Cumbersnatch. A batch of cabbage. That's what I think of it. It's just like a big batch of cabbage.
Let's face it, though, that guy has never actually been in anything that was particularly bad. I think the worst film I've seen him in was probably the Fifth Estate, where he's playing Julian Assange. It should have been much better than it ended up being, but he was still good in it. Anyway, yep, can he beat a bit of the Cumber?
Can he beat a bit of the Cumber? Spirit Untamed. Is this a new Spirit movie then? Must be.
I would say it's out in the cinema, so there's a good chance.
Oh, is that right? Not at Bathgate Cinema, ladies and gents. You can get your tickets still for many movies that have been and gone from the cinema that are coming back to the cinema at www.bathgatecinema.co.uk. Candyman, right?
Hang on, just go back for a second, right? Just go back for a second. Look at that synopsis. Scroll down to Candyman. What is
that? A spiritual sequel to the 1992 horror film Candyman that returns to the now gentrified Chicago neighborhood where the legend began. By the way,
Kevin, what does gentrified mean? Here comes the X90.
It basically means, oh no, J-Mac, where did you go? J-Mac's signal always goes dodgy at times like this, so I will wait on him coming back. But moving on. So Candyman is coming on in the cinema, and we have it on good authority that he's back, J-Mac. I was just saying to the audience there that Candyman is a sequel, and essentially Candyman has someone from the original Candyman, and it's going to be class.
This is like top-notch podcasting right now. You absolute clunge.
Sorry, that'll be brilliant. By the way, we do have it on good authority that a future guest from this movie will be coming on our show. So we're really looking forward to that, and it'll be something for you all to really enjoy. We have Stillwater, which has Matt Damon. That's that thing you're proper all looking forward to seeing, isn't it?
Mate, he's back to looking like me again. Whenever Matt Damon gets a bit fat and puts a beard on.
I think you're talking. That was good. I think something about his daughter. We've heard quite a lot about this.
Again, we've studied it so well. Something about his daughter. A thriller directed by Academy Award winner Tom McCarthy and starring Matt Damon. The film follows an American oil rig roughneck from Oklahoma who travels to Marseille to visit an estranged daughter who is in prison for a murder she claims she did not commit. That sounds awesome. Apparently, it's a bit of a slow burner, but if you like a slow burner, you should love that. So
we'll see what happens. Mamma Mia on Friday, 27th of August at 8 o'clock. Make sure you get your tickets. And then when you're done enjoying that, if that's your thing, Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, which is on the 28th of August at 8 o'clock. So get your tickets for that.
That's this weekend.
This one is this has been, it's been well anticipated. There are many people that are looking forward to going to see Grease.
Grease. I had a school teacher that used to call it that. Now I don't know. He might have retired by the time you were at the high school, but he might not have. Did you have it was a technical teacher by the name of Mr. Tennant?
Hi, come on, man.
Tennant?
He knows everybody's parents. He knows everybody's parents.
He called it Grease. Like they were doing it as a school show that year, and it's like he's like, oh, you won't be in here for the next week because next week is when they're doing Grease.
Grease. Oh man. So get your tickets to go and see Grease at
I remember I stole something out of his classroom once and he came and got me in the next class.
That was him.
He did. I stole it was for techie drawing, and I stole the wee model computer mouse that they'd made. It was literally a block of wood that had been sanded in the shape of a mouse with a bit of plastic for where the button should be. And I was like, I'm having that. And somebody dobbed me in. I could name and shame that person right now.
Do it.
Can't remember if he follows the podcast or not, but his name is Ben Drysdale. I don't even know if he's going to remember doing it, but you did. You dobbed me into the office ladies, who then phoned him, and he came to my maths class to get me. He chapped at the door. Where's my cricket, please? Like, I'll tell you later. An apology.
Well, Mr. Drysdale, are you happy that you dobbed someone in for stealing? I mean, what he done was bad, but what you done? It's shameful, darling.
I always liked Ben. I went on holiday with Ben when I was 17. Went to Santa Ponsa.
Oh, nice. Class.
Aye. It was the worst holiday I've ever been on.
Is that because it was with a grass?
No. He was actually cool, but it was me and my best mate at the time, Stuart. It was funny because like you really get to know your friends when you have to live in a hotel room with them for a week. And I remember this was back in the day, phone cards. So I've promised my mum I'd use my phone card and use the phone box and phone home and let her know how we were all doing. So I phone her and she's like, how's everybody getting on? I said, aye, fine. And I turned round and I saw my mate Robert left hook Stuart off the wall. He was sitting on. I was like, we're not getting on great.
God, screw that then. So Rocky Horror Picture Show, that is on 29th of October, Saturday the 30th of October, and Sunday the 31st of October. Make sure you get your tickets for that. That's one you didn't want to miss.
Screwed that for you there, sorry.
All right, sorry. I thought that I was just gonna go. It's all good. So we are here to talk about Free Guy, right? But if you guys watch and remember last week's episode, I threw it out to you, the audience. I threw it out like this. I said, J-Mac is a king farter, right? And he farts all the time. If you watch our stories, our social media posts, a lot of them are him farting.
Guess who's in charge of the social media?
Ross also says, get your tickets for that. We're also looking at having our own Halloween parties after it too. That'd be pretty cool. Make sure you get your tickets for them. So social media, Jibber Jabber podcast, you always see sometimes J-Mac gives his opinions via flatulence. And I put it out to you guys. Do any of you think you have what it takes to challenge the J-Mac, right? And I'll say this also, out of my own stash, right? Anyone that does best J-Mac and a fart off gets a free t-shirt. Right? Gets a free t-shirt. So we have had no entries this week for fart of the week. But every week now, J-Mac is going to lay it out there, and you've got a week. You've got till the next show to submit your video of you farting. And if you can best the man, you get a t-shirt. So I don't shirt and get a shirt. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the most anticipated segment. Cool. This is a weird time to tune in. So
this is us totally following all his advice he's ever given us. So let's bash on to the next segment. So you guys are good, man. You bounce off each other really well. You got to find your angle, got to find your hook. Here it fucking comes.
It's fart of the week. It's fart of the week. It's fart of the week. It's fart of the week.
There's nothing you can say. A total eclipse of
So if you think
I'm
you can
sweating,
drop it.
I'm actually sweating. What in the actual?
All right, Jim.
No, you've embarrassed me many times over the years, and this takes the cake. What's part of the week?
Oh, sorry.
There's a picture of like Mr. Whippy next to a Snickers.
I was just trying to
in association with Bathgate Cinema.
Mate, we've had a crazy 2 years here almost. We're trying to lighten the load, no pun intended. Yeah. So yeah, next week we'd like to see your own submissions. This is a J-Mac challenge, and if anyone can best him, then you get a free Jibber Jabber t-shirt. So,
and we just want to thank Godot Marketing for that segment.
Right, here we go. And it's now time for That's Him on the Spot. On the Spot, the segment where I put J-Mac on the spot thoroughly with a question that he won't see coming. J-Mac, of all computer games, we know you love computer games and you're a hefty gamer.
Aye.
Said no one ever. What computer game would you like to be inside? Because Free Guy, which is here, Free Guy is essentially Grand Theft Auto. What game would you choose? And see, you do not get to choose Tiger Woods golf, you boring old git. It has to be something that's at least exciting, mate. Cole of Godot Marketing says, ha ha ha, can I not sponsor that segment?
It's 100% up to you, dude.
Deal.
So
yes, I put it to you. Are you on the spot?
I'm on the spot because, as you've just said sarcastically, I'm the biggest gamer in the world. Obviously, I'm not. If I was to choose a game to be in, I would go with I don't know, Streets of Rage 4.
Mate, but you could
Streets of Rage 4.
instant. Think about that. If you're in Streets of Rage, you spending your life getting done in.
No, but also get to be hard as hell and like, kick the shit out of other people.
Chances are you're not getting past
could you
level
imagine? Nobody's ever picking my character. It's like you want Axel, Blaze, the other random guy that's no Adam, or J-Mac.
What would your weapon be?
I think we know.
What?
Cue it.
I wish I'd prepped it. The
flatulence
of death. It's like everyone else is punching and using weapons and stuff. You're just kind of going with your ass it. But you could put them to sleep, which means
J-Mac crack attack.
I have a few friends that are great at doing the whole animation. I'm totally going to get you drawn up as a Streets of Rage character. That would be class.
It would. I'm not going to deny that. Would be awesome, and I would get a T-shirt with that on it.
Oh, you know what? I actually just put you on the spot. It was your turn this week to put me on the spot.
It was, because I was just going to say, mate, I don't have any trivia for this.
I do, because it's my week. Right. So I'm going to allow you to put me on the spot also, okay?
Mate, you won't believe this when I tell you, but I was going to ask you the exact same thing.
Well, you've got until this intro plays to come up with something new. That's him on the spot, man. This is me in prep of being put on the spot.
This is me in prep of trying to think of a question. Right, okay. It's going to need to be a simple one, man. Do you think anybody else could have done the role of the guy if it wasn't Ryan Reynolds?
Oh no!
Or do you think it needed
a million other actors out there that could have done that?
Right. Okay.
Go on. I mean, who? I think Jake Gyllenhaal would be good in that.
Why?
Because Jake Gyllenhaal's a good actor. He's versatile. He could do that.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Look at you going, what was he versatile and what did he play that was so different?
Jake Gyllenhaal's an excellent actor. I'm not going to deny that.
Exactly. You're talking about someone more fun. Jack Black would have been great in that.
Yeah, you're doing well so far. Who'd be terrible?
Terrible.
Jai Courtney.
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant. Everything.
I'm terribly sorry. I'm looking for this.
No. Hugh Grant went all bad boy as soon as he was in Bridget Jones.
Oh, because he's a bad boy in Bridget Jones.
He is. He's a player.
Terribly sorry. Can I hold the door for you? Whoa.
No.
He's a bad boy.
Everybody else knows what I'm talking about. Shut up.
Because everybody else watches Bridget Jones.
Mate, I'm not going to lie. Bridget Jones is decent. It's a decent film. He was also in that About a Boy.
About still even
Tommy Gunn like character. For what?
What do you mean, Cole? What do you mean? I think he means to play the guy. You could.
Funnily enough, he came into my mind when the dude shows up.
Who, Cole?
No, Tommy Gunn.
He's like, no, this could do with some good marketing. Godotmarketing.com. It is .com. You never know. So I'm going to now move on to my favorite game. My favorite game in the box office, Banter, J-Mac. True or false trivia. The time where I take trivia that's real, that J-Mac has not previously studied, J-Mac, and I ask J-Mac whether it's true or false, and I also make up some stuff, and he essentially has to guess whether it's true or false. And J-Mac just right hand up. I, J-Mac, have not read any of the trivia or are privy to any
Why am I doing this? I've not read it.
What?
What is wrong with me? Anytime you ask me to do something, I just do it like a...
That's not true. That is so not true.
Like mate, I'm an NPC in this podcast. I have no free will. I just do whatever the programmer says.
Well, so you agree then? You agree that you did not?
No,
I absolutely didn't check it, and I'll know if you're lying. Right. So
I'm an NPC. I can't lie.
Question 1, right? This is just a true or false answer. Serena van der Woodsen from Gossip Girl makes a cameo as a player's avatar who gets points for brutality. The character was played by Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds' real-life wife.
I'm going to say true because you really struggled to pronounce her name at the beginning. And you wouldn't deliberately choose a name that was hard to pronounce.
I would, because I knew that would get you. That's true. But she is in it. She's the wee newsreader. That's his wife in real life.
Blake Lively.
They met on the set of Green Hornet, which I've got right there. Oh, Green Lantern, not Green Hornet. That's Bruce Lee. Green Lantern, which is right there. They met on the set of Green Hornet.
Did you ever see the Green Hornet remake with Seth Rogen and
I know of it. I never watched it.
Guy? It was alright.
It was alright. Okay, here we go. Included in the 2016 blacklist of most liked scripts.
True.
False.
What was it, 2015? Or was it 14 and a half?
It was just false, mate. So that's one each, right? Right. Second video game themed film to be written by Zach Penn following Ready Player One, which happens to be my favorite book ever. Book, not movie.
True.
False. I knew that you would equate that to Ready Player One. Okay, you ready for the next question?
No.
You ready? Here we go. Filmed in Boston from May to July 2019.
Boston.
Stop trying to see my answers.
Boston.
Stop Googling it.
I'm not Googling it. Mate, you think I can multitask like?
Bro, I don't even task.
Mate, I type with one finger.
I know, I've seen you. So, is that true or false, J-Mac?
False.
It's true.
It's true!
Oh. Sorry, but you got it wrong. Okay. Dude, who's played by Ryan Reynolds, is played by Aaron W. Reed, with Ryan's face composed onto Aaron's body.
True.
Why would you say that's true? Because remember we had a chat about it being a wrestler?
Well, I've no idea who Aaron W. Reed is. And I don't know if he's a wrestler or not. And we had a brief conversation earlier on. There's something that happens in the movie that made me think that the guy who plays the dude might have been a wrestler.
Well, false. So you got that wrong.
Doing well, eh?
Okay, so Sean Levy's daughter, Sophie Levy, appears as a video gamer. How true?
That's true.
How do you know it's true?
It's
I'm not finished my question.
It's just true.
It's false.
It's just true.
It's false.
I don't know what you're asking me here.
Stop giving away clues. So, hey, mate, you're not doing very well. Well, we do a bonus question, right? And this will get you 5 points.
What are you talking about?
Well, we do a bonus question here that gets you 5 points. Which will
5 points, right? Okay, then. Go.
Okay, here we go. YouTuber and actor Charles White Jr. was offered a cameo for this movie, but declined the offer. Think about that. A YouTuber declining an offer.
Look at those eyes, man. They give away everything and nothing at the same time.
So what's it gonna be, J-Mac? What's it gonna be? Also, if you lose this question, right, if you get it wrong, I'm another 5 points up. So I've not only beaten you, but I've smashed you. Okay. You're
Is this a promo?
You're worse than Glenn's face at the end of Walking Dead.
I don't know what that means.
He got his face bashed in by Jeffrey Dean Morgan to the point.
Oh no! So he did. Did he not go out saying "I'll find you"?
Aye, you'll not find nobody. You've got no face.
Yeah.
So aye. True or false?
False.
It was. True. Look at that face. Look, say something, J-Mac. Say something.
Catchphrase.
How's it feel, J-Mac, to be not only beaten but absolutely destroyed, mate?
I just want to thank my mum and dad and my agent and my God, and they'll fuck off.
So, as always, guys, that has been me winning the true or false trivia yet again. It's been absolutely class, and I've hefty enjoyed it. Shall we talk about the movie?
Yes, we should. I actually forgot we hadn't done that yet. I was looking at the timer going, we've only been live 27 minutes, we're nearly done.
No, we should talk a little bit about the movie. So we're going to talk about the movie, but not give away any spoilers, all right? Because we know a lot of you guys. Actually, there's someone specifically not watching the show tonight and text, and he goes, "You watching tonight? What he's doing?" And he goes, "Free Guy." Nope. I want to see that one, and you're no spoiling it.
Who's that?
Stego.
Stego.
Jibber jabber loyal, mate. Jibber jabber loyalist right there, and I've chased him off with my spoilers. He'll probably go back and watch it in the archive.
The problem with the way that you do spoilers is the etiquette when it comes to spoilers is to say, by the way, spoiler alert, followed by spoiler. The way Kevin does it is spoiler followed by the word spoiler alert. It doesn't work like that. That's like when you bang your head and somebody says, "Oh, watch your head." It's the same thing, man. You need to work out your timing in that.
But the thing is, I don't really class it as a spoiler. To me, it's no real.
Yeah, you don't. You don't. Everybody else does. Remember the Spider-Man dying story? Remember that?
No. Oh yeah. I do.
Aye. It was disgusting what you did.
For the purposes of the audience, would you like to give them some context?
I'm trying to remember exactly what it was, but I'm sure what happened was you said, Jordan, have you seen Avengers Endgame yet?
Yeah,
or Infinity War. Infinity War. I said, no. He's like, you're going to watch it? I said, probably at some point, but I'm not rushing to it. He says, right, I'm going to tell you something here that's kind of spoilery, but no, really. And then you basically said, you spoke about the comic book, the actual comic about what happened between Thanos and Spider-Man. And you were like that. It says, so what happens in the comic book is Thanos grabs Spider-Man by the head, right? And he lifts him up, and then he just crushes his head. He's like, that doesn't happen in the movie, but Spider-Man does die, but not like that. This was like a week after Infinity War came out.
He does die, just not like that.
I was like, is that not a spoiler? He dies a different way.
See, I protected the way he died. So I saved it for you.
I just love how you can decide for yourself what a spoiler is.
Kev's book of spoilers. Nope.
Bruce Willis is a ghost.
Is that the one where she dies at the end?
Hi, Ian, if you're watching.
No. So yes, I'll try my best not to spoil things here, okay? But we know going into this, it's a video game movie where Ryan Reynolds is essentially an algorithm that thinks he's real. We know this. And we know that it's almost like something that's like in Ready Player One, where there's a virtual world where you can play your character. And it's quite cool. You're kind of seeing Ryan Reynolds doing his thing, and the tanks are going past him, shooting into buildings and stuff, and he's just kind of going about his merry way. It's kind of like the Truman Show mixed with Ready Player One, would you say? And Groundhog Day.
Funnily enough, there was a moment where I was thinking, that's a bit Truman Show-ish, and then I was like, oh wait, Kevin said that to me. So I wasn't sure if I was thinking that just because you'd said it. But no, there is elements of that there. What was the other film you said? Sorry,
Groundhog Day.
Or Groundhog Day. There's elements of all of that in there, but the good thing is it's not so in your face that you go, this is a rip-off. This film it's not one that I was going to rush out to see. You know, if it wasn't for the podcast, I would probably never have given it the time of day or night. But we'll talk about it.
Have you ever seen Ryan Reynolds in anything that's no good?
Green Lantern wasn't great.
But come on, it wasn't terrible. You can watch it and enjoy it.
It wasn't terrible. I loved it. I love the reference to it in Deadpool. He's like, don't make my super suit green or animated.
Hey, I don't see.
Hi there.
Sometimes folk just crap all over movies, because it's the done thing to do. Like, oh, Terminator 3, Green Lantern, we kind of like that. We absolutely can. Even if it's the most hated movie in the world and the universe, right? You can still sit there and go, but it made me laugh. You know what I mean? You can enjoy it still. And I'm very much will stick up for movies that I enjoyed and other people panned. For
Well,
example, Mac and Me, which is essentially eat motherfucking D.
aye, yeah. E.T. with a Big Mac. I mean, I watched something the other day, and it had an IMDb rating of like 4.4 or 4.6 or something like that, and I was like, that film is way better. Kangaroo Jack. It was Kangaroo Jack. I watched it with the missus and my wee boy. We were trying to find something, just flicking through Netflix, that we could all watch before basically we went to bed, and I was like, Kangaroo Jack, that'll do. It's something that he will probably enjoy, I would think. He just, as soon as we flicked it, he's like, put that on, because he's seen the picture of the kangaroo with sunglasses on. So I was like, right, okay. And I laughed like multiple times during this film. Mark Kermode, the brilliant film critic, says if you laugh 6 times during a comedy, it's a good comedy. Like if you actually laugh.
Blockers was great.
And I did. And 4.8, I think it is on IMDb. I would have gave it a solid one more point at least, 5.8 or 6. And I enjoyed it. I mean, normally I'm a bit of a conformist when it comes to movies. Like I tend to have the opinion of like the rest of the zeitgeist about like how good or bad a film is. But that one was different. I'm not saying it's a great film, but it was fun. It was fun.
Aye. And that's what makes it great, though. The fact that it's fun. Wouldn't you say? I watched something the other day that started off so well. They say it's a limited series, 8 episodes. No sure how that's limited. Like you can get 8 episode series. So why even say that, right? And I watched it. Started off so well. Then it got weirder, and then it ended, and it didn't explain a lot of stuff. And I found myself like, when I started watching it, I was like, "This is getting a 7. This is absolutely getting a 7." Right? For me to give something a 7, it needs to be a whoa. I need to watch this, can't miss. And by the end of it, I was like, no, it got a 3, mate. It got a 3.
What was it?
It was called something about the name's stupid as well. It makes no sense. New flavor cherry or something like that. New cherry flavored something. It's basically about a lassie that goes to Hollywood, and this is the aspect I liked of it. I know we're getting away for Free Guy, but it's just a wee side note here, right? Woman goes to Hollywood, and she tries to sell her script. Not a script. She made a short film that everybody's like, oh my god. So a producer's like, "We'll take it. I'll direct. You can direct, and we'll get the budget and etc." And then he screws her over to the point where she's now no got her movie, and he's taking it. And she's like, "Oh, this sucks." So she goes to a wee crazy woman.
Sounds like Big Fat Liar so far, but keep
Right?
going.
Goes to a wee crazy woman who's then like, "I can curse him if you want, and all I want is a payment." And she's like, "All right, cool." So she puts a curse on him, and now this lassie starts puking kittens. Kittens, right? And it's like, "Oh, that's the payment. She wants the kittens." Right? And I'm like, "All right." There even comes a point where the lassie's like, "Listen, I don't want to puke kittens anymore." She's like, "All right, fine." So then like a hole appears here, and you can kind of see
2021, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to puke kittens anymore.
right. And here in our side, you can start to see her bits, and the kittens then start coming at her side, and she's like, "Oh, I get it. The lassie's still getting her kittens, but not through my mouth." And then her boyfriend starts putting his hand in the side there, and she's like, "Oh, that's so good." And then he's fisting her from like a hole in the side of her body, and she's like, "Oh, keep doing that." I'm like, "No, you lost me. You lost me."
What was this called again?
It's something about new cherry
It's like
flavored.
Videodrome or something, man.
I wasn't happy with the way it ended, but that we'll get into on another episode. Free Guy wasn't like that. Free Guy was fun from start to finish. It's essentially what I like about it as well is there's really a lot of really cool movie posters with Free Guy for the marketing. This is something you could probably find at Good Old Marketing. Check it out on just Google it. It's GODOT marketing. It's very well marketed the way they done it. With like there's parts in there where he's got a lightsaber. He's pulling some weapons out from Fortnite. There's even stuff from Gary's mod, Portal, all the really video, and there's a lot of YouTubers in it as well, like popular gaming YouTubers. So you see the
That's
parts,
why I never recognised any of them.
they were YouTubers, popular YouTubers. So they were all. And by the way, to read that trivia that was true, it said that the YouTuber declined. Why would you decline that? You idiot. It's not good for my image, you see. I play games and I talk about them. I'm not in movies about them, you see. It's stupid. Why? Just why? but I'm giving Free Guy a solid 2 thumbs up.
Mm-hmm.
You?
This is the type of film that I shouldn't have enjoyed, to be honest with you. The last video game centric movie I watched or tried to watch was Ready Player One, and I had to
That's not a
switch
video
off.
game. Wasn't it a video game?
There was it was virtual reality. It's a video game.
Virtual reality isn't really a video
Didn't
game.
give me a man. I'm a 36-year-old man. It's the same shit. Anyway,
it's Street Fighter.
aye. Put a headset on, you go somewhere else. A video game. So, I didn't enjoy that. I didn't expect to particularly enjoy this very much. Like I said, I would not have seen it had it not been for this particular show. And I have to admit, for the first kind of 15, 20 minutes, I still wasn't sure. Ryan Reynolds was kind of as charming as he always is, but I just wasn't sure if the concept of the film was grabbing me particularly just because of my own sensibilities. But then something changed about half an hour in. I was like, okay, I'm kind of liking this. And I was almost annoyed with myself because I shouldn't like a film like this.
See, that's the problem. You're telling yourself you shouldn't, but you should.
But that's good though, because it means if I do enjoy it, it's like there's nothing worse than when something gets hyped up so much in your mind, and then when you see it, it's an absolute disappointment. Like Tinder or something like that. But sorry, that made me laugh. Anyway, I've lost my train of thought now because that fucking fell flat in his arse. So it's a really special effects heavy film, and it seems kind of stupid until you get maybe 2/3 of the way through, and it's actually got a message in it. It's not just a pointless kind of popcorn film. This actually does have some kind of a philosophy behind it, and I really, really enjoyed it. I enjoyed all the characters. The acting was good. The special effects, you can tell it's CGI, but it's damn good CGI. I don't know what the budget was in this. I don't know if you've seen that in the trivia anywhere or something, but it seems like it could easily be a $120 million film.
Yeah, especially when you add the Ryan Reynolds aspect. And by the way, Jodie Comer's coming up, isn't she?
I don't know who that is.
That's the main woman in it.
She's coming up, is she?
Mate, she was in. I've seen her in quite a few things now. Dr. Foster. She was in The Rise of Skywalker, the Star Wars movie, right?
Remember when I walked out of that?
But the thing is, though, you used to see her essentially just on like British TV. She was in a lot of your 4-part dramas and stuff. And now you're starting to see her in the big pictures, which is good because she deserves it. She's really talented. She's all right. She's all right. She really was. She was.
So was Joe Keery. He is probably a better actor than he gets credit for. He's in a film that's on Netflix just now. Where what's it called? It's called Spree. Where he plays a kid that goes on a killing spree, just trying to get his Instagram viewership up.
Spree, I'm writing that down.
Spree, and it's a wee bit formulaic, but they tried something new, and it wasn't bad. And he's good in it. He's good at kind of playing that type of character. But in this, he goes back to being like just a kind of sweet guy. Do you know what I mean? He's just a good guy, and he's very watchable as well. Ryan Reynolds, like I said, he kind of treads this line sometimes, being this exceptionally kind of handsome and charming guy and being a complete goof at the same time. I don't know how he does it. Like even the way he smiles, like sometimes just like, and nobody else can replicate it but him. And,
he's really good. Ryan Reynolds is a treasure, mate.
It was nice to see him not doing the Deadpool personality for a little while, because it seems to have really stuck with him. And he tends to do it pretty much everywhere. but this was a complete kind of departure for that. So Taika Waititi as well as the main villain was pretty funny. He was funny, and also like you could hate him. Like imagine working for somebody like that, you would hate the guy. And this film was way better than it should have been, in my opinion. But it is getting all the accolades at the minute. It seems to be pretty well respected by everyone, really.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. I'm excited for everybody else to see it. You guys need to go to www.bathgatecinema.co.uk to get your tickets and go see Free Guy. Donna Anderson says in the comments, I thought Ready Player One was IE, but I read the book years before it came out and loved the book. But then I am a bookworm, and I do tend to enjoy a shit film. Mate, it is my favorite book also. I can totally agree with you on that one. The book and the film are just so different. But I would encourage anybody that did like Ready Player One or didn't like it to definitely check the book out. If you can't be arsed reading, you can go to audible.com and you can get it there, get a free trial. You can get your audiobook for Ready Player One. I never really finished Ready Player Two because it was quite shite, but it really is. I can't stick it. But who knows? Maybe I'll finish that at some point. And we've got Don Anderson. By the way, who is hyping up Tinder? Oh, J Mac.
Nobody's hyping it up.
So this brings us to our final segment of the show. Question time, where all 250 of you watching ask 0 questions to the two hosts. So while I'm waiting on questions coming in, if you have any questions about the Bathgate Cinema, about the podcast in general, or about movies or anything you want to chat
Or
to
if you want to know where to send your farts.
Anybody
that's just tuned in is going to think that's really weird.
Jibber Jabber Gmail. Yeah, so it's jibberjabberscotland@gmail.com for the art videos.
Videos? That's even weirder.
No, they need to send the video in order to
like,
compete with
send us a video, you farting.
Mate, you do it all the time. Cole asks, on a scale of 1 to Rocky 5, what would you give Free Guy? Rocky 3.
I would give it a solid Rocky 4.
Aye.
Mm-hmm.
Rocky,
it's on that level of fun. It's just pure entertainment. That's what it does. I mean, you've always been a bigger fan of Rocky 3 than I have. I've also been a bigger fan of Rocky 5 than the rest of the planet. But mate, Rocky 4 for
like
me.
Rossi
5.
Rocky 5 too, mate. The thing is, Rocky 3 for me was the entertaining one. Rocky 4 is when they took it a bit more serious again.
No. Rocky 4's got the illusion of being serious. It's just not.
400 montages.
It starts off with exploding boxing gloves.
That's another episode, but you can see in our archive. Just check us out on YouTube.
Oh, don't watch that episode. It was fucking terrible.
Still fun. It was still fun.
I'm sprawled out in a chair like this.
Janet Gow. That is what you say. There you go. Sorry if I go.
Like Janet Go. Where?
Said 4.
Rocky 4.
Right. Oh no! I thought a golf ball was coming my way. I'm just kidding.
I laughed at that. I'm sorry.
I knew it would get you. That was only for you. 4. Well, Janet, I'm glad you enjoyed Free Guy. Free Guy for us was fantastic. Also, Ross, who runs the Bathgate Cinema page, had put a question out saying, "What movie always makes you cry when you watch it?" And we had quite a big response to that. So Wendy Glendinning.
Glendinning.
Yeah, by the way, feel free
that's Glendinning.
Feel free to put your comments in the comment section. I will bring them up as I read through these. So again, you guys watching at home, what movie always makes you cry? Here it says, Wendy Glendinning said, The Champ.
Glendinning.
The Champ, the only film to ever make me cry.
The only film? Surely not. There must be other films that have given you a wee tear.
Elise McKenna says, I'll never be able to watch Marley and Me or Hatchie, A Dog's Tale again. Marley and Me was pish. Just put it It was pish. I got bored. Donna Anderson says, I don't think the trailers for Free Guy look that good. Is it really worth a watch? However, keep in mind, I liked Pixels. Get your
That
tickets. Go see it at Bathgate Cinema.
that's
Yes, it's good.
100%
Yeah.
true. By the way, the
Mhm.
trailer doesn't no justice whatsoever. We've had a big problem with trailers recently, in that they either give too much away or you walk away not having a clue.
Mhm.
Free Guy, you'd not having a clue. To be honest,
No.
it's too the trailer was just too mishmash. It jumped about too much and never really gave you a proper idea of what it was going to be. But it really is that good.
Which
And
is why I never played the trailer this week, by the way, because I watched it and I thought, I'm going to shorten this so that we don't give everything away. And then I was like, it's all over the place. I'm just not going to do it. so I agreed with you, Donna. Donna, go see Free Guy. Take your kids. Your kids will love it because there's so many references to the games that you're playing, that they're playing. And you, as an adult, I mean, look at J-Mac. He's the other end of the spectrum of fun, and he loved it. Cole McNeely says, here is a real question. Is it odd, never, or rarely watching films that your native accents is in? Or do you not even think about it anymore? Like,
it's still weird. I think, like, for us, I think if we sit down, if me personally, if I sit down and watch a Scottish film, it takes me a minute to remember that it's not going to be an American film. I mean,
Mhm.
you guys in America, America is movies, really, when it comes to the Western world. Everything we see, most of the things we see are American. Occasionally, we will get a Scottish film that is particularly good. Like, it's been a while, to be honest. But like
Angel Share,
Train Spotting, the Angels Share.
Sweet
You should
16.
watch that if you've never seen it. It was excellent.
Mhm.
Sweet 16 was very good. I was going to say the Wee Man there, but that wasn't
Crime
even
with
a Scottish
Laughter.
prediction.
Crime with
Crime and
Laughter.
Laughter. Aye,
How could you even leave that out, J-Mac? Shout out to former guest and friend Steve McCall.
yes, Stephen. So whenever, especially if you don't know it's a Scottish film, you might think, "Oh, that synopsis sounds good." Then you press play, and all of a sudden you hear your own voice, and you're like, "Oh, Scottish film."
Yeah, it's
Wow.
like when you see a Scottish guy and like we'll see maybe a movie and then a genuine Scottish person comes on and starts talking in that movie among Americans. We're like, oh, it makes you feel weird, like we don't sound like that. Or you get the hyped up Scottish person that comes on and he's like, ah, aye, Angus, get some iron brew. Like that
Oh,
just
aye,
is total like, oh fuck off. That's not
yeah,
even a
the groundskeeper Willie happens too often.
aye, aye, aye. But we still like Groundskeeper Willie. Just it's not a depiction of us. But we don't really care, to be honest. As long as the character's funny, mate. I was talking about the last movie we reviewed, which was the Suicide Squad, and my favorite character was Weasel. so, so, so as far as that goes, it can be daunting, but we kind of you get used to it after like 5-10 minutes. Another comment here from Kim Stevenson. Green Mile, seriously, tears tripping me. Mental.
That's a weird expression. It's like a great so much I tripped over my tears. They're
Yeah.
liquid.
Liquid. You know exactly what I was going to say, but I didn't even know how to say it.
No, I didn't.
Liquid metal over endoskeleton.
A cybernetic organism, living tissue of a metal endoskeleton.
Calm down, Stu Arnold.
I'm better than Stu Arnold, and I hope you see this.
It's on. It's on. Yeah. So Green Mile, mate, that is a tearjerker, but I can last through it. A Dog's Journey and Beaches. Beaches is something your brother likes. Is that a proper sadden? I know that's got big hocus pocus in it.
It's got big hocus pocus in it. I've never actually seen it, but I know that I don't know if it's big hocus pocus that gets it or no, but somebody dies in the big sea, and it's apparently really grim.
It probably is hocus pocus.
So yeah, I've heard it's very very sad, but I've never actually seen it.
Big C, Combine Harvester.
That was it, man.
Unlucky. Stuart Laura says, mate, Stuart Laura. That's unfortunate.
Is that one of the? Is that a joint Facebook account?
Oh, if it is, I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that.
So one of you got caught cheating, didn't you?
Right, we'll go with it. Stuart Laura, The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. Not seen that one. I'll need to check that out. That's
Do you know?
I kind of
I
avoided because I thought it was deep.
I mean,
I can
don't
deal
get me
with
wrong.
it.
It's a particularly grim film with a really grim ending. But I'd seen the film after I'd been told what the ending was by so many people, not you for a change,
Aye.
and so I knew what was coming. So as a result, it just didn't affect me that way at all. It was
Mm.
grim, but I didn't cry. And you know what I'm like, Kev?
Yeah, you're
It's
getting a bit tougher in your old wares now, though. Put on a thing a couple of weeks ago to try and get you cry live on air, and didn't happen. There's a movie here. Helen Wright says "The Way We Were." No seen that, I don't think. Have I?
oh, I know, I've heard of that.
We'll need to watch it. Patch Adams from Lisa S. McKenzie. Patch Adams. Is that a Doug film? You notice it's all Doug films.
No, Patch.
It's not a Doug film, is it? Who calls him? Who's called Patch and isn't he a Doug?
Oh my god. This is a movie podcast, and you just assumed Patch Adams was about a dog.
So that's nice to give him a surname. Oh,
Right, are you giving me this one? Are you?
you read this one.
Donna Anderson again says, okay, good to know, and we'll take the boys as they will probably love it. I cry at the drop of a hat, so the list of movies to make me cry is massive. I actually cringe at Scottish movies and find them difficult to watch. I hated The Angel's Share. I'd happily have shot each of those characters and felt it had done the planet a favour. However, I thought the debt collector was good only because the big yin in a serious role was a joy to watch. If anybody don't know who the big yin is, it's Billy Connolly. And that is an awesome film. That came out back in 1997, I believe. If I'm right with that, I really need to get some brownie points here when you look it up. Debt
What's it
Collector.
called? The Debt Collector.
The Debt Collector. There's probably 19 films called The Debt Collector, but only one of them's got the big yin in it. A good few points made there, Donna. Yep, go and see Free Guy. And
You're wrong.
You're wrong about the Angel's Share. Is it? What is it? 98.
99.
Bugging shite bags.
Get it ruin you, mate. You've been wrong all night on this show, man. Ruin you. We have more comments. CJ McManus says, "My Sister's Keeper. I hear the book is far sadder than the film, and the film's different. But former on the show, kind of Jason Patrick's in that. He plays the dad." Colby McNeely says, "Is the Debt Collector movie about a dog too?" They're all about dogs.
No, that was the Bone Collector, mate. You've got the wrong movie.
Oh, this is a laugh. This is a laugh. Someone else. So Nosaj Lahumbernutt says, seriously.
Sorry,
though,
what was that name?
The name was Nasohaj Lumbernut says, seriously though, my name is Joe. Hit me hard. My name is Joe. That's the Brad Pitt thing, isn't it? No, that's me, Joe Black.
My name is Joe was that was a film with Peter Mullen and Stephen McCall that came out in the late 90s as well. That's actually Davy Mackay's in it as well, former guest. His character actually commits sideways in it, and it's pretty grim.
Syrian. Speaking of another character who commits sideways, Armageddon. Scott McFadzean. Scott McFadzean says
that's McFadgen. Oh my god.
It's McFad and the Z-E-A-N.
It's McFadgen.
Is it? Hell, it's McFadzean.
If anybody here's called McFadgen and folk ever call them McFadzean, they let us know. Jibberjabber's at gmail.co.uk.
So Scott McFadden said,
I'm doing this segment from now on. Lofus McBubbernut says,
he says Armageddon gets me every time.
I'm with you, boy. I'm with you.
We done an Armageddon show, which, by the way, done really well. It did. In the stats, man.
Armageddon.
Yeah, go check that out. That's fun.
Armageddon, still for me, the best bit of that podcast was Doom.
What? Heads up the window.
That's my pal. That's my pal.
Look at us laughing at our own content.
What we like.
Laurie Panic Aguilar says,
holy fuck.
Beaches, a dog's purpose TV movie, and Brian's song. TV movie, is that a movie?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I've never heard of Brian's song either.
Stephen Logue says Pearl Harbor because it's such a bloody awful film. Good one, Stephen Logue. Good one. And Colin Fulton, Jurassic Park. What makes you scream about Jurassic Park? Maybe it's just the theme song and how nostalgic it is. But
I do get that sometimes. I mean,
but
honestly, to the point, I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago when we reviewed Jungle Cruise.
mhm.
There was a color that showed up in Jungle Cruise that brought
Yeah.
a tear to my eye.
Well,
It's nostalgia is so powerful,
mate,
so powerful.
there was one part in Free Guy that made me go, oh, it gave me the warm feels, right? And it was the part, and this isn't a spoiler, right? It's not a spoiler. It's the part where a bunch of security guards are going, "That man a hero." All the security guards are admiring the other security guard.
Aye,
That
that's right.
gave me some warm feels, man. Jurassic Park. What's the cry about Jurassic Park if you're taking away the nostalgia part?
Maybe you're really into goats.
Or whipped cream. Or jelly. We're going to essentially wrap this up in the next couple of minutes. Leslie Wallace said, "A Star Is Born," the 70s version, though. I love the Lady Gaga version too. Right, can I translate that? A Star Is Born, but the 70s version, which means I like it more than you because I like the original, but I only heard about the original because I watched the one with Lady Gaga. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're not wrong. You're not right.
I am.
The 70s one's not the original one.
Oh, well, come on. Ha! Take that, Leslie Wallace! Ha!
Mate, don't ever say the words "take that, Wallace" on this podcast. Like my favorite dude.
As someone that's previously played Wallace, I think I'm all right. I'm in good stance to say so. We'll read a couple more of these.
William Willis.
William Willis. I mean, it's a parody. Here we go. Oh, it's Nosage. He's back. I think Nosage is a guy. Can I be sure? Titanic. After all the hype, I finally succumbed a few years ago. That is a few hours of my life I'll never get back again. Same with the Full Monty. Trust your instinct, kids.
I like this guy. The thing is, I actually disagree with him on Titanic. For example, like Titanic's it's a good film. It's a good film that you can never admit to liking when you're grown up. Like as a guy, you couldn't admit to enjoying.
True. Are you guys going to be covering the next wave of Marvel movies like Shang-Chi, The Eternals, Spider-Man No Way Home, and I am really looking forward to them? I've never heard it. I'm really looking forward to them, but Spider-Man. I'm kidding, Donna. Yes, I don't mind. If you guys want it, then absolutely we'll do it.
The thing is, we are a movie podcast. We are duty bound to review these things. So even though I'm not the biggest Marvel fan, which you'd never guess,
mate, I'm wearing an Eternals hat. This is an Eternals hat.
I'm genuinely not a huge Marvel fan, but the clothes range at my local Tesco is so shit that this is what I had to get.
Oh mate, and by the way, Donna, there is some Marvel spoilers in Free Guy. I'm not going to tell you them, but if you like Marvel, there is some of the cast in Free Guy. Go see it. Bathgatecinema.co.uk. Get your tickets now. John Kavanagh. This guy's in every week with us. Hello, fella. You're a bit late tonight. We're about to wrap up.
Hi. Where have you been? In fact, we're not going to wrap up until he tells us where he has been.
Where have you been?
We've been waiting for this whole show for you to show up. In fact, we've not even done the review yet. What are you doing?
Exactly. And Cole says, my cousin Vinny gets me every time.
To make you cry?
Aye. Why is that sad?
Oh, don't tell me you think it's terrible. It's one of my fucking favourite movies. It really is one of my favourite movies.
John says, looking forward to seeing Free Guy lol was out and about. Well,
not good enough, mate. We are here at 9 o'clock every fucking week.
Nah, we hope wherever you were that you were safe. Well, you were safe because you're back. But yeah,
hope you didn't die when you were out. You all right?
You're right.
Jibber Jabber Podcast, because we care.
You're all right. John, do go see Free Guy. It's class. It's really good.
Oh, a point I want to make about Free Guy before we actually do wrap up is that I asked you the question. You've seen it before I did, and I asked you the question: should I take my son to see this? And you said, you know what, it's probably all right. My son's 7, but I'd done some googling online, and everybody else told me different for Kevin. So obviously, I went with that and didn't take him. And by the way, Kevin, you were totally right. There was nothing in that film that my 7-year-old couldn't handle, and they were everything was talking about bad language and stuff, and innuendo is really not that bad. If you want to go see it, and if your kids are into gaming, take them. It's fine. There's nothing in there that's going to be highly offensive.
Mate, when you consider what gets said over the voice chat on Fortnite from like 5-year-olds,
dude,
like Free Guy's nothing.
I love as much as I'm not into gaming, I love like I don't know if you know this, but occasionally I'll pop onto TikTok, right? And I'll be
every message from you is a TikTok link.
And I'll be flicking through it, and you do get wee clips of guys playing games and just ripping on each other or telling jokes. I had a joke that had me rolling on the floor laughing, and it was such a stupid joke. He's like, "Yeah, I'm sure it was an Australian guy." So he's like, "Yeah, my wife's leaving me because of my OCD." I said, "Shut the door 7 times on the way out."
John, I'm glad you're taking your wee boy. He will love it. There's so many game references to the video games that he probably plays. Cole says, "Yeah, J-Mac, I am totally serious. The way Joe Pesci just throws to get aside brings me to tears."
I love the bit where he buys that crazy looking suit because he's been told, he's like, "You will come to court when in a suit and tie." So he goes away and like I think he gets his suit dry cleaned, but then drops it in the mud after a storm. So he goes to a local charity shop and buys this ridiculous looking frilly thing. It is technically a suit. So he goes and he's like, the judge is like, come here. He does weird gestures. It's Fred Gwynn who plays the judge. And he's like, "What are you wearing?" And he's like, and he tells him a whole story. He's like, "So the bottom line is I am wearing this ridiculous fucking thing for you." In fact, we should do My Cousin Vinny on this show. It's such a good film. Especially it's the bit where Vinny first shows up at the prison and his cousin Ralph Macchio is asleep, so he's talking to his mate, and his mate thinks he's there to do some horrible prison stuff to him, drop the soap sort of stuff, and just with the way he's talking, it sounds like he might actually be there to do that. There's a part where he's like, "Hey, listen, man, it's either me or them. You getting fucked one way or the other."
Cole says, "Sorry for bringing about story time with Grandpa J-Mac, everyone." Oh, Cole, they tune in to see that, especially. And on that note, lads and ladettes, it is wrap-up time. Make sure you tune in on. Ouch! Make sure you tune in on Sunday.
What did you do? What did you do?
My keyboard. Sometimes I just get so fluttery. Make sure you do tune in on Sunday because we have a special. Well, I have a special. J-Mac is at work, so I'll be doing this one not solo because I have a special guest on, close friend of mine, G. Tom Mac, Gerard McMahon. So for all the Lost Boys fans, for fans of songs that he's written with Kiss, Roger Daltrey. His career is massive, but we're going to essentially talk about Cry Little Sister because we're working together to bring something cool to his new updated store. So we'll talk about that, but we're also going to be talking about Cry Little Sister, the theme from The Lost Boys, and we'll chat a bit about everything else. We've kind of established a great friendship over the last couple of years, so you'll hear a bit about what we've been up to filming the documentary. And you guys, I want you guys to come along and jump in the comment section and ask him anything you've ever wanted to ask him within reason, because I won't bring up the dirty ones. So so make sure you join us on Sunday at 9:00, where we will be joined with the Cry Little Sister legend himself, G. Tom Mac. Anything you'd like to say to our fine audience, J Mac, before we pull the plug?
Catchphrase.
And that you'll need to go see Free Guy with www.bathgatecinema. I was ready to plug ourselves.co.uk. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in. We do appreciate you every single week, 2-3 times every single week. You guys
sure do.
You guys are the best. We shall see you on Sunday. Take it easy.